welcome to Galaxy Manifesto. This is Yvonne. On the journey of learning love and wisdom, we're never alone. A warm welcome if this is your first time here. This is a channel where we use color perception method as a gateway to inner exploration, learning to awaken our sixth sense, dive into subconscious, and walk the path of self-healing and greater happiness. Today, let's explore the fifth and sixth aspect of the energy field associated with the color combination of red on top, deep red on bottom. They are personality aspect and positive psychology. The red on top, deep red on bottom combinations express a personality filled with gentle strength and sacred feminine energy. People drawn to this color energy often show strong empathy and aesthetic sensitivity. In relationship, they tend to become the emotional nurturer. They're the heart of the connection. These individuals are emotionally rich, caring, creative, and deeply attuned to beauty and sensory experience. They're naturally gifted in emotional intelligence and the ability to comfort others. However, without clear emotional boundary, they may overextend themselves for giving too much, burning out emotionally, or becoming dependent on love for validation. That's why their most important lesson is learning to stay grounded and firm while remaining gentle, to nourish others without forgetting to nourish themselves. Our inner self is like a multi-faced gem with many personality aspects. Some shine brightly, while others hide in the shadows. We might be confident and logical at work, but tender and emotional in romantic relationships. We all have kind, generous parts, and also impatient, insecure, or selfish side. Understanding this diversity within ourselves helps us accept and integrate the seemingly conflicting parts into a more balanced whole. Carl Jung emphasized this complexity through key concepts like the persona and the shadow. He also introduced the idea of anima and animus. Within every man lives a feminine side, anima, and within every woman, a masculine side, animus. Society often teaches us to suppress one half of ourselves. For example, a boy taught to be strong and never cry might grow into a man who appears stoic and unemotional, but his compassionate and tender side still exists, buried deep in the shadow. This suppressed part may unconsciously affect his relationship. Maybe he struggles to express love or resists emotional intimacy in others because it reminds him of a part of himself he was told to reject. Once we become aware of our inner complexity, the next step is learning how to bring this side into harmony. Ignoring any part of ourselves leads to imbalance. If we value logic and reject emotion, we might lose passion and warmth. If we follow only our emotions, we risk becoming overwhelmed or lost. The process of integrating our personality is like internal dialogue, letting our brave side comfort our scared side, letting our mature self embrace our inner child. Jung called this process individuation. It's the journey of making all aspects of the self whole and integrate. He believed that when our conscious and unconscious are in conflict, we suffer psychologically. But when we bring hidden tensions into the light, we begin to heal and grow toward wholeness. This goal aligns with what psychologist Abraham Maslow described as self-actualization. It's the fullest expression of our potential. To us, this means learning to accept all parts of who we are, both light and dark, strength and weakness, and recognizing their value. You might discover that the vulnerability you once felt ashamed of actually holds your capacity for empathy and compassion, or that anger you suppress could become the strength you need to protect your boundaries. When all aspects of our personality work together instead of against each other, we experience deep inner harmony. This makes us more at ease with ourselves and more understanding of others. Because we all know that, like us, every person carries both brilliance and imperfection. Through this acceptance, we learn to show kindness not just to others, but to ourselves. In romantic relationship, this color combination reflects the upright Empress's card in tarot. It reveals a specific personality type that blends passionate energy with nurturing warmth. People who resonate with this color often have bold energy and a strong drive to take action in love. Like the Empress, they protect, care for, and invest deeply in their relationships. They typically express three core traits. First, empathetic caregivers. They're deeply attuned to their partner's feelings and needs. In love, they tend to take the initiative, provide comfort, and show affection generously. This matches the red personality traits of being active, devout, and emotionally intense. Second, inner longing to be understood. Deep in their subconscious, they long to be seen, loved, and depend on. The deep red symbolizes a desire for emotional security that might not feel fully satisfied, making them hope for more reciprocation in return for what they give. Third, giver tendencies and emotional fatigue. They often take the role of one who gives in a relationship, but without recognizing their own needs, they can lose their emotional boundary and end up exhausted. They might feel unseen or unappreciated. For example, Mia always takes the lead in caring for her partner. She plans surprise, listens deeply, and comforts him when he's upset. But inside, she silently hopes he will do the same for her. When he forgets or doesn't respond, she spirals into her self-doubt, questioning her worth. Her pattern comes from a long-held belief: I must care for others first, even if I'm running on empty. Learning to say I need care too isn't weakness. It's a sign of emotional maturity. The moment you start honoring your own needs, your personality begins to shift from a passive caregiver to a balanced and emotionally healthy partner. It's the path toward giving and receiving love more fully and more freely. The color combination of red on top, deep red on bottom symbolizes love and action rooted in emotional stability. It reflects a sense of confidence that comes from inner security. They're allowing a person to express love bravely, appreciate beauty, and build an abundant life. This is a personality of someone who puts love into action. They're warm yet grounded. They're capable of initiating connection with others while also deeply nurturing themselves. Psychologically, this color pairing reflects a strong sense of self-worth, healthy attachment, and creative expression. Qualities that form a powerful pathway toward happiness, fulfillment, and self-actualization. Life will always bring us challenges and heartbreaks, but alongside acknowledging pain, we can also choose to focus on the bright and meaningful part of our journey. This is where positive psychology comes in. Unlike traditional psychology, which often focuses on disorders and dysfunction, positive psychology asks what helps people thrive. It emphasizes strengths, virtues, and the conditions that allow human beings to flourish. It doesn't deny hardship or ask us to fake happiness, but rather encourage us to access our inner resource, even during difficult times. Study has shown that practicing gratitude, optimism, kindness, and hope can boost both resilience and well-being. For example, simply writing down 3 things you are grateful for each day. Even small things like the sunlight was warm today or lunch was really delicious. This can all significantly improve happiness levels over time. Why? Because our brains naturally scans for threats and negativity, but with practice, we can train our minds to also notice the good. One popular model from positive psychology is PERMA, developed by psychologist Martin Seligman. It outlines 5 elements essential for lasting well-being. P is positive emotions. E is engagement, which is being fully immersed in what you do. R is relationship, their supported social connection. M is meaning. It's a sense of purpose or belonging to something greater. A is accomplishment. It's a way feeling capable and successful. By reflecting on these 5 pillars, we can evaluate which area of our life are thriving and which need more attention. For instance, if someone feels lost, they might be missing a sense of meaning. If they're always busy but emotionally drained, they may lack true engagement or joy in what they do. In daily life, we can practice positive psychology in simple ways. First, gratitude journaling. Each night, reflect on something good that happened, no matter how small. Let that sense of thankfulness soften you as you sleep. Second, acts of kindness. Deliberately do one kind thing each week, like helping someone or offering a sincere compliment. Studies show this boosts happiness not only for the recipient but also the giver. Third, mindfulness, or we can call it present awareness. Take a few minutes to notice your breath, your body, and your thoughts without judgment. This helps reduce anxiety and builds emotional regulation. When practiced consistently, this exercise helps rewrite the brain, slowly forming a more optimistic, empowered mindset. You can think of positive psychology as planting seed of sunlight inside you. Even when clouds or storms pass through your life, the warmth you have cultivated within helps you weather them and find your way again. In this way, the goal isn't to eliminate pain, but to create a life of meaningful joy. The color combination of red on top, different on bottom, pairing with upright Empress card can deeply enhance romantic growth and emotional resilience when seen through the lens of positive psychology. According to psychologist Barbara Fredrickson's broaden and build theory, positive emotions like love, gratitude help expand our awareness and build long-term resources such as trust, cooperation, and emotional intelligence. For example, if a couple paints their bedroom with a gradient of red to deep red, it's not just visually beautiful, it subtly influences their connections. The bright red evokes passion and vitality, while the deep red offers safety and grounding. In this nurturing space, they find it easier to talk through issues, make creative plans together, and resolve small differences with warmth and unity. Their environment becomes a mirror of their emotional bond. They are energized yet secure. They are romantic yet steady. This reflects the psychological structure of a healthy relationship. The red feels joy and connection. The deep red holds space for stability and emotional safety. Together, they create a space where love grows. It's not just a fleeting emotion, but as a shared foundation for the future. In romantic psychology, this color pairing reminds us that love is not just about passion, but also about rootedness. Positive emotions don't just feel good in the moment, they have long-term effect on our minds and bodies. The Harvard study of adult development, one of the longest studies on human happiness, found that the most significant predictor of a joyful and long life was stable, emotionally supportive relationship. One simple example, when partners regularly say thank you to each other, even for small things like listening or making dinner, it triggers the release of oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, and dopamine, which is the happiness chemical. It's a small act, but it strengthens connection, just like how deep red holds and supports the heat of red's passion. When our actions and gratitude are rooted in intentions, love becomes something that endures. The couple choose to paint their shared space in shape of red and deep red. They later reflect that being in this space makes them more open-hearted. We find ourselves talking more and arguing less, they said. This room reminds us of what we are building together. That's the subconscious impact of this color combination. They're soft yet strong love, filled with grace and depth. So what kind of love does this color energy represent? It's gentle yet passionate, grounded yet expressive. Red gives us the courage to open our hearts. Deep red gives us the trust to feel safe when we do. It's a subconscious message. The love that truly nourishes is the one that grows roots. This is not just about romance. It's about co-creating a space where two people grow into a better version of themselves together. Through giving, gratitude, and emotional steadiness, we're not just falling in love, we are rising in love. In our next conversation, we will dive even deeper into self-awareness and personal growth. Gratitude to the universe. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share so more people can discover the spiritual intuition behind colors and their deeper meanings. See you next time. Yoo-hoo!